Hello, hello, hello. It is Dr. G, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see what's going to happen here. Uh, I was trying to experiment. I am constantly trying to do different things, and apparently, that particular experiment was interesting. So, what just happened? Why was that horrible noise happening? Well, I have the StreamYard going on my phone as well as on the laptop, and I'm doing that because I wanted to do a part where I actually showed you the studio. So, right now, you are viewing this through the camera on my laptop. All right, still need to mute this some more. Okay. All right, so I'm doing this through the camera on my laptop, and basically what that's going to allow for is the ability to basically show you the equipment here. Okay, so first things first. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of a behind the scenes. So you see me come on here, and whether you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, you see me come on here and talk about all kinds of different things. A lot of times we're talking about podcasting. A lot of times we're talking about personal development type things. All right, this may not work out because I still hear echo. All right, and so you might hear me talking about personal development type items, and you also likely listen to the podcast. So thank you for that. If you listen to the Fearless Freedom with Dr. G podcast, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I say thank you from the bottom of my heart because we crushed the 12,000 download landmark, milestone, whatever you want to call it, very recently, and we are on track to hitting over 13,000 by the end of this month. So thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. So the backstory, okay, so I want to share that with you before I show you the behind the scenes. And so the backstory behind the podcast is essentially, I have a fear of public speaking, and you may have heard me talk about this before, but it is real. And you may experience the very same thing. I don't know. It's a very popular fear. A lot of people have this fear. I think it's like the fear of death. And then right after that is the fear of public speaking, and then spiders or something. So it's really high up in the hierarchy of fears. And so I have this fear, and it is profound in the sense that the night before I have to give a talk, I literally get zero sleep. And anybody who is an athlete or who is a performer of any sort knows that you have to have sleep in order to be on your game. And so, I would literally go sleepless the day before. And then when I got to the venue to actually give the talk, I would have sweaty palms. I mean, dripping wet, like couldn't, embarrassed to shake somebody's hand. Sweaty palms. I would have sweaty armpits because, it was like, for whatever reason, my armpits decided they wanted to have a party, a rainstorm there. And so I would always wear a blazer because I was ashamed, embarrassed, and I also didn't want to offend anyone by the moisture that would be on my blouse. And so, that was what was happening. And then my heart was beating so fast, literally. I normally have a heartbeat around 50 to 60, and my heart was going like 140s, 130s easily. And my heart was under the duress and decided that it wanted to literally rip out of my ribcage and make a run for the hills. And so, all this stuff is physically happening. And then in my head, I am thinking, okay, I'm going to trip over the cord here for the microphone, and I'm going to fall. I'm going to break my face. There's going to be blood everywhere. I am going to slip in the blood. I'm trying to get up. I'm going to slip in the blood. I'm going to fall and break some other part of me. I'm going to go up to the podium. I'm going to start talking. I'm going to click that clicker, and not a single slide is going to advance or even be present on the screen. And I'm going to open my mouth, and nothing is going to come out. Wow. But this is the dance. This was the story. This was what happened every single time I got up to speak. And so, clearly when you look at that, you realize, man, that's not really normal. That's not something that's going to be productive. That is energy lost, right? That is potential energy that is lost to something that's not going to be benefiting the situation. And so I decided at that point that I was going to make a change. And so the way in which I decided to face my fear was, number one, to get on more stages and be a public speaker. So desensitizing myself by being in the scenario that I fear the most, right? So you're in the scenario, you fear this thing, you're doing it over and over, you're getting desensitized. So you're basically mitigating that fear and turning it from a negative energy to a positive one. And so you take the fear and you turn it into something that's going to fuel you performing and also fuel your success and helps you to contribute to the audience and get the job done that you're there for. So that was one way. The other way was to start a podcast. And so that's how the Fearless Freedom with Dr. G podcast was born. I did it out of selfish reasons. I literally said, I'm going to start this podcast so that I can document my journey facing my fear of public speaking and what is happening along the road. And I also wanted to talk to other people who were facing their fears and kind of learn how people were doing it, because I knew that I wasn't alone in feeling fear. I knew that I wasn't. And so it was a privilege to be able to talk to so many amazing people who have also faced fears of some sort and emerged victoriously. And so the podcast was born from that. And so it has been a wild ride, a very positive wild ride with lots and lots of growth, lots and lots of encouragement and upliftment, and a lot of knowledge that has been dropped on the show over these past 82 episodes. I mean, amazing. Like, I go back and I listen to shows from last year and it just blows my mind, the guests that we had on the show. I mean, absolutely mind blowing. Even we're talking about even this week, we had Dr. This week we had, oh goodness, I am having a senior moment. How embarrassing. I'm totally having a senior moment. And it will come back to me. I am sorry. And so basically, Dr. Dawn, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Dr. Dawn. And so Dr. Dawn was on the show this week, and she talked about high income earning, breadwinning women and love. And I mean, oh my gosh, that is such a huge topic. And she did a phenomenal job talking about it and really sharing and dropping her pearls about facing fear in her own life, facing fear in business. And it just was phenomenal. So if you haven't listened to this week's episode, you should go to your listening platform and take a listen, right? Because that's what we do. We promote the podcast because we want more ears to listen. We want more people to benefit, and we want more of you to face your fear and emerge victoriously. So there you have it. Not ashamed. And so so that's the backstory behind the show. And so now I wanted to just quickly show you the gear. Now, this is going to be interesting because, like I said, I was hoping to be able to show it to you with the phone so that you could see it. Let me see if it will let me do it. Hang on. Bear with me. Okay. Duct tape is thebomb.com. And so it's being held up with duct tape. All right. So you can see the pop filter. All right. And then you can see the cover for the mic. And then the Samsung Q2U mic that I use. And then the Boon arm. Okay, see that? And of course, headphones. And last but not least, ring light and laptop. And the mic is attached to the laptop. USB port. Okay, all right. So that didn't go too badly. There's a little bit of a, not as smooth transition, but whatever. I'm an amateur, so you get what you get. All right, so there you have it. So that was the gear, and basically that is the tour of the new studio. So as you saw, the green screen was up, but then when you're looking at this, you can see that I have my background on my green screen. So absolutely awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's what I have to share with you today. Thank you again for checking in. And I hope that you will be brave, be strong, and unleash your greatness. It's Dr. G. Have a great day.